Here's the uncomfortable truth. Money doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't line up politely. And it almost never moves evenly, long before a new dollar reaches your paycheck, your bank account, or your wallet. It has already passed through the hands of people who didn't need it, not because of corruption, not because of secret deals, and not because any laws were broken. It happens quietly, automatically, by design, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Right now, people everywhere feel the same pressure. Prices feel heavier, savings feel thinner, pay raises feel smaller than they should. Everyone is told the same story: inflation, supply chains, global shocks, but that story skips a crucial chapter, the chapter where money moves first to the rich. Let's slow this down and watch how it actually happens. Imagine a crisis. Any crisis. A recession, a pandemic, a financial panic. The economy stumbles, markets shake, headlines turn red, something always follows: money creation. Central banks step in. Governments borrow. Trillions appear on balance sheets almost overnight. This isn't unusual anymore. It's expected, but here's the part most people never see. New money does not enter the economy everywhere at once. It enters through very specific doors: banks, financial markets, large institutions, asset owners. Picture it like a building catching fire. Water doesn't fall from the sky evenly. It comes through a few powerful hoses aimed at select floors. Those closest to the hose get soaked first. When central banks inject money, they don't send checks to everyone. They buy assets, bonds, securities, sometimes even corporate debt. Who owns those assets? Not most workers, not most renters, not people living paycheck to paycheck. They're owned by banks, funds, corporations, and wealthy investors. So the first effect of new money isn't higher grocery prices, it's higher asset prices. Stocks rise, bonds stabilize, real estate climbs, financial portfolios recover fast. This is where the transfer begins. If you already own assets, your net worth jumps early, sometimes dramatically. Paper wealth increases before the economy recovers. If you don't, nothing changes yet. That delay matters because prices don't rise all at once either. At first, everything looks fine. Inflation feels contained. Officials reassure everyone. Charts look calm, but underneath, the math is already moving. More money is now chasing the same goods. It just hasn't reached them yet. Months later, it leaks outward. Corporations raise prices. Not because they're evil, because demand can handle it. Consumers still have spending power. Credit is cheap. Money is loose. Wages, however, move last. They always do. By the time paychecks adjust, asset prices have already reset higher. Rents have gone up. Homes cost more. Stocks are expensive again. The rich bought early. Everyone else pays later. This pattern has a name, though it's rarely mentioned outside economics circles. It's the idea that money has a path, and the people closest to its starting point benefit the most. No conspiracy required, just timing. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Even if you work hard, even if you save, even if you do everything right, if your income comes mainly from labor and not ownership, you are structurally late to the party. That's not an insult. It's arithmetic. Labor income is fixed and slow. Asset income is flexible and fast. When money expands, flexibility wins. This is why market crashes feel terrifying to the wealthy, but recoveries feel magical, and why recoveries feel weak and delayed for everyone else. Let's talk about the hype. We're told money printing stimulates the economy, that it supports jobs, that it helps everyone. In a broad sense, it can prevent collapse. That part is true, but prevention and distribution are not the same thing. Stopping the system from breaking doesn't mean the benefits are shared evenly. In reality, these policies stabilize the top first, then hope the effects trickle down. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and even when they do, they arrive diluted by higher costs of living. The irony is that this system follows the rules perfectly. Central banks are doing what they're mandated to do. Markets respond rationally. Investors act in their own interest. No villains, no secret meetings, just incentives stacked in one direction. Zoom out further, and the stakes get bigger over time. This creates a widening gap, not just in wealth, but in resilience. Asset owners can ride volatility. They have buffers. They recover faster. Everyone else feels every shock directly. Rent, food, fuel, debt payments. This changes behavior. It changes politics. It changes trust when people feel like the system works, even imperfectly. They tolerate it when they feel like it always lifts the same group first. Frustration builds quietly. That frustration doesn't show up in spreadsheets. It shows up in anxiety, anger, polarization, and here's the quietest twist of all. The system doesn't need to be fixed to keep doing this. If nothing changes, it continues automatically. Every crisis, every intervention, every recovery, money flows through the same channels in the same order, with the same results, which leaves us with a question that almost no one asks out loud. If money always moves first to the rich, not because of cheating, but because of structure, what does that mean for a future built on constant intervention? And more importantly,